Okay, no idea how long that was down, but that's okay. All right, so we're doing some live practice. Oh, wait. Hold on. So in your overview, let's start with overall. We're going to look at here. What can we say about the two graphs? Here, people are. Here? So what comparison can we make? No, compare. A comparison needs a comparative adjective, okay? One way. Comparatives are one way to do it. What is a comparative? It's an adjective that ends in ER or uses the word more. Overall. Very good. Okay, so overall, it can be seen. Yeah, do you see it? You should be able to see it. Lots of blue and green, happy faces. Here, not so many happy faces. Much more, very obvious. In fact, if you want to, this is such a obvious triangle right here. Actually, of course, it says 40 and 35. When you get into the reporting, you'll want to note, you want to mention that. This isn't 40 and 35. This is 75% of the people who were satisfied or more. But anyway, overall, it can be seen that people, yeah, you guys too, or use your own words. People are much more satisfied with what? I wonder how long the video was down. Now, one thing that they reward you for in task any of the IELTS is writing complex sentences. Now, in my examples earlier, because I was fully achieving, or I was satisfying every part of the requirements, I needed 2 sentences to do it. But here, one complex sentence with a connector should be able to do it. We have. It can be seen. No, I said it can be seen. I know I say that all the time in the overview, but that's what they want. They want to see, what can be seen. Plus, it's passive voice, which is a good grammar structure, and it uses a modal verb. Modal verb. So it can be seen that people were or are. We don't know when this is. We must say were, because the year after. Were. What?
What's the difference after refurbishment?
The refurbishment.
Compared to before. That's before.
You don't need to say compared to before. Okay? If you say more people are more satisfied after the museum or the refurbishment of the museum. I suppose you can say than they were before, because you've got after in there, right? Remember, summarize. He uses few words as possible. We don't need compared to before, because we have after in there. Tells us only we can compare it to. Okay, good. How can we connect the two ideas? You can do it really simply. So, overall, it can be seen that people were more satisfied after the refurbishment of the museum. And our good friend and. That's a complex sentence. It's about as simple as a complex sentence as you can get. But anyway, can you think of a different word other than and? Whereas, that's a good one. Yes, yeah. Whereas, yes. Mm-hmm. Actually, that might be okay, but usually we will use whereas for two contrasting things that are different. And here, people are more satisfied, and here, what do we have? Visits. What happened?
More visitors.
More visitors. More visitors did what?
More visitors came after refurbishment.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. So a very simple but effective overview is overall it can be seen that people were more satisfied with the museum after the refurbishment, and more of them came, tense is right, came to visit. Very simple. How could you make that a little bit better? Changing some of the words. Things like, overall it can be seen that satisfied, that's an adjective, right? What's the noun? Satisfaction. If I say satisfied, what's happening? I'm showing the examiner that I know how to read, and not that I know what it means. Paraphrase, change the words from the chart. So how do I change that sentence to mean the same thing, but with satisfaction instead of satisfied? Overall, it can be seen that satisfaction. You can do it. Let's keep. Satisfaction. Good, good. Okay, yes. Satisfaction is my subject. Increased. Don't need the of people because we know that people are satisfied. Don't include any words you don't need. So yes, very good. Satisfaction increased. In your overview, don't include any numbers. No details in your overview. That's for the rest of it. So overall, it can be seen that satisfaction increased after the refurbishment or the refurbishing. Refurbish is a verb after the museum was refurbished or renovated or instead of and, whereas again is opposite. So satisfaction increased after the museum was refurbished. So what do you think led to more people coming? Why did more people come? Did prices go down? Yeah, they got, hey, have you been to the museum lately? It's so nice, you have to go. Okay, so the refurbishment, we want to say cause. What good connector to mean it's the cause of something? People who are more satisfaction increased.
Dissatisfaction is decreased.
Okay, yes, that happens. And then what happened after that?
Came to.
Okay, so how do we connect those ideas?
To do the visit, more visits.
Okay, yes, due to, okay, means because, okay? But we want the opposite of because. We want cause. Yeah? We could say that, yes, the number of visitors increased due to the refurbishment. The refurbishment led to, very good, yes. That's the connector we can use. But we need a connector in there. So the satisfaction increased, which led to more visitors coming, or leading to. There's many words we could use. Okay, oh boy, that was our easy one. Let's go. Here we go. There's a famous one. What does it show? How much energy was consumed by fuel type? Okay. All right. What time period? If you get one like this, be happy, because with this kind of time frame, as I said before, you get to show that you know your grammar, that you know your tenses, and you can talk about the past and the future. But let's look at the overview. How can we divide this into two groups? We have three groups, quite obviously, right? And how do we divide it into two? Perfect, yes, okay. What do these things, coal, natural gas, petrol, have in common? They're all fossil fuels. So, and then here, if you called it renewable, they wouldn't bother you with it. But technically, nuclear energy is not a renewable energy, but that's okay. Alternative energies, non-fossil fuels. Okay, so now we have changes over time. Now we get to talk about trends. What is the obvious trend in this chart? Upward trend. So, overall, it can be seen that here you have to break it up into two pieces. Because it's like, okay, fossil fuel had increased, okay, and is going to, or predicted to increase in the future. Did this increase? Okay. Did solar increase? Hydropower? No, not so much. So before talking about the divisions, I want to talk about the trend. Overall, it can be seen that American, not US, change your words, Americans have increased how much energy they consume across many fuel types. Almost all 5 of the 6 go up. There, once again, I'm showing the largest amount. However, by far, 15, 20, 35, that was 35 to 70 then, and now it's 25 to 55 and 70 then, and it's more than that now compared to 15. By far, the vast majority, most of the energy is produced, okay? Fuel produces energy. energy consumes fuel. Get your verbs right there. Most of the fuel is used as fossil fuel. Another thing that's cautionary about this chart is this here, quadrillion. Oh, God. Tell you the number of times I've gotten an essay where I had to read the word quadrillion 17 times, okay? With big word, like with numbers, you can use abbreviations. How much is that? $1 million.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
$1 trillion.
What comes after a trillion? A quadrillion. So what do you think it is? Million, billion, trillion. So what's the letter? Oh. Good, yes. Don't write quadrillion 10 times. Just put a Q. Ooh, here's a new one I found today. I'm going to let you look at this and talk to each other and decide what it shows. Well, I get a glass of water. I'm thirsty. Oh, look, people have shown up again. I wonder how long it was off. Hey, can someone leave me a message? When did the lecture shut off before? How long did it last? Huh? Can you hear me? I shouldn't social media while I'm working. So I'm gonna get some water. Look at it. What does it show? Can you? Oh. Okay. The bar chart shows hours per week teenagers spend. Okay, now, to get a band 6, as I said, your overview just needs to include information that was appropriately selected. So you just have to clean up your room a little bit. So we're going to clean up our room a little bit. What can we say is a main feature? What do kids like to do the most? Watching TV. So if you put overall, it can be seen that watching television, 2002, number 1. 2007, number 1. Watching TV was the most enjoyed activity throughout the entire time, and it increased. 6. You need a 6. Very easy way to do it. You got it. Because that's a big feature. It is a main feature. To get the most important information out of this, first of all, first realize that this is a line graph, time, right? So this went up, this went up, this went up, this went down, that went down, that went down. How can we put those together again? Put them into 2 groups. Difficult, huh? These 2, right? What's bowling? The sport. These 2 are obviously connected. How about these 2? Watching TV and Watching DVD, of course, those are connected. Okay, so we got these two connected, and then we've got these two connected. What does that leave us? Going to pubs and discos. You may not know what that is, but it's going, right? Going out somewhere with friends, right? Shopping. Is that a inside thing? No, just go outside. All right. How about doing homework? Inside. Okay. Is doing sport, is it good for you? Is it good for your health? Good for you? How about bowling? Probably. Yeah. It's better than sitting and watching TV, watching DVD. You might say that sport, doing homework, and bowling are productive, right? When you do those things, you're getting some exercise. So what I did with this one, and again, it's really tough, is okay. Overall, the period saw teens spending significantly more hours on casual, non-productive leisure like watching TV and DVDs. This is non-productive. Going out to drink, this is non-productive. It doesn't do anything for you. Right? This is non-productive. This is non-productive. Shopping doesn't make you a better person. So what's happening in all of these? Up, 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 a little bit back up. So it's going up. Kids are enjoying doing more non-productive leisure than on productive activities like sport and homework. This trend became more noticeable over time. So if you take the amount of hours they do this, and this, and this, and this, and it's a lot more than they're out playing with friends. Now, I told you, do not include opinions in your essay. So it would be wrong to say, this is hurting the health of the teenagers. Okay, that's an opinion. But I can say that some activities are productive, some are not. That is not an opinion, that's truth. We're almost finished. Ooh, this is what I got today. Oh, I'm gonna challenge people at home. I don't think you can actually see it. I'm gonna put I'll put the PowerPoint up later. This one was a doozy. Can you actually? I don't suppose you can actually see on. No, of course you can't. Yeah, or maybe you can when it's not on. Anyway, this is from IELTS Liz. IELTS Liz is one of the more famous internet IELTS gurus, okay? Although she's gotten less popular lately. And she called this a complex table. Oh yeah. There's some pieces missing here. 1980, 2010, various aspects, parts of city living in a particular city. We don't know what. Use it measured in percentage. So in 1980, people said education in the city was good. 23% said it's not good or bad. Only 5% said it was bad. In 2010, 82% said it was good. 11% said it was neither good nor bad. 9% said it was bad. This is a tough one. Try to figure out. You usually think about things going up or things going down. But here we have down, the same, down, up, down. So is good going up or is good going down? Hard to say. So bad. Here though, it's easier. We look at here. Okay, bad 5, bad 9, 8, more than 12. Definitely we can say that. What can we say? More people think that more people see, this number went up in 2010. How do people feel about these parts of living in the city now compared to 1980? Okay, yeah, okay, but let's compare. Compare this to that. Nowadays, people feel worse. Right, that's our comparative. But do they? Look, they don't feel good has gone up in 4 out of 6. What has gone down the most? Oh, we look at the one in the middle. Down, up, down, say down, up. However, if you added all these up, we could say that people are starting to do what? Anyone there at home? And once again, this is an overview. So much data on there, it would be pointless to say my overview. This is for the people on the internet who always think, look for the highest, look for the lowest, highest, lowest, and would write, overall, it can be seen that in 1980, healthcare was the thing that people were happiest with. Whereas in 2010, people were happiest with education. Yeah, it's true, but is that the most important information? It's just 2 little things. We want to look at the overview. We want to see that. Okay. On the whole, another way of saying overall, the city's residents became more polarized. That word means towards the edges. They didn't go that way, they didn't go that, they went from the middle to the edges. They became more polarized in their opinions on 6 aspects of urban life with several categories seeing gains in both good and bad responses. Yet, if you look at it, if you added up all these numbers on a calculator, there was overall a somewhat greater shift towards the negative. Here I have covered all of the data on this 36-point chart. Don't say this is the most, this is the least. What do you say about here? People were the most unhappy with transport, and they're still the most unhappy with transport. Of course they're unhappy with transport. We all live in cities. We know what it's like out there. I hate transport. Yeah. What's wrong with Yangon? Oh, the traffic. That's not. Anyway, it's okay. This one's pretty easy. We have. This is the last one, I think. I have one more. Households owning and renting accommodation in England and Wales from 1918 to 2011. This one, the gray, that's lived in owned their own home. Gray. And the black shows the number of people who rented. This one should be pretty easy. I'll write it down. Write one overview for me, okay? Yes, overall. Picture of me. And I can't turn that off because people are reading it. Okay, good, yes. You notice the main trends, okay? The number of people in rented houses has gone down, number of people in owned houses gone up. That's the overall trend. Good. Now remember now, in overviews, no numbers, except for maybe, no numbers, no data, no years, nothing like that, just the. Good, yes, significant growth of housing ownership. Good language there. Growth of housing ownership. Okay, so two ways we could look at this, or several ways. I looked at all of yours and they're all fine, okay? They're all appropriately selected. So you've written an overview, appropriately selected. Don't include any numbers. Okay, we're looking at trend. The overall trend in household ownership is up, has increased. Overall trend in renting has gone down. Now, one thing you might notice here though is that, look what happened. It went up, oh, went down again a little bit. That, if you want to clean your room extra well and make your mom happy, make the examiner realize you have achieved your task, that is probably something you should include. So that overall it can be seen that household ownership increased steadily from during the 20th century. During the 20th century, and has fallen a bit since. Whereas, there's your whereas, okay, the opposite thing. The number of people renting has shown a steady decline until the same time when it rose up again a little bit. That's one way to do it. You know, another interesting way that you might do it, a little creative here, what's the difference here? 2078. Difference in 60% more people rented in 1918. That number decreased to 1971, where people who rented and owned was the same. And then the reverse happened. More people after 1971 owned a home than rented. That's your 8 or 9 type of analysis. I said it was the last one, but no, one more. A map. Overall, what's the big features here? It can be seen that Myanmar is a wonderful country that I love very much. What's the most significant features? It's hard to look at something you've seen your whole life and say, oh, okay, yeah. If you do have to describe a map, look for what it's shaped like a little bit. Okay, what's it shaped like? It's shaped like a diamond. Whoops, oh, okay. Dude.
Human.
A human, sure. A guitar, okay. Yeah, you want to say any of that. Here's what I wrote. Overall, Myanmar is diamond shaped with a narrow pen handle. That's what they call this thing here, tangatari. A pen handle stretching south along an isthmus. Mountain ranges surround the country on 3 sides, while a high plateau occupies much of the east. The north-south main valley, at the main valley in here, is split by the Yomabagul, by a low range of hills. So you can do an overview of anything. So if you want to practice training your mind to see these things, there's lots of places you could do it. I showed you the menu. If I was to tell my neighbor about this restaurant, what would be the most important things? What would I say? Fish was good, but it was expensive. You probably wouldn't mention everything on the menu. Just the seafood was delicious, but don't have the noodles. They're not very good. On the bus, I'm on a bus. Overall, there are about 40 people on the bus. 25 of them are women, 15 are men. The average age, train yourself to notice these sorts of things, and you'll be able to see the things that we saw tonight a little bit better. My apologies for those of you who came to see the second half, which is how to support your ideas in task 2. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and the next presentation I do will be on that. Okay? All right. Thank you for coming. Group photo. These 5 people right here is very lucky.